How have you seen things grow and develop in the startup scene here?
Yeah. I mean, Iceland has just become a vibrant space now for startups. It wasn't always the story. In 2009, right after the collapse, there was hardly anything going on. But now it's such a vibrant environment. The startups are so globally comparable. There's so much of investors coming to ask us questions about what's going on in Iceland. So I think we have grown up. That's all I can say. But the nice thing is, there's lots more investors, local investors, who are getting excited about being part of this new definition of Iceland.
Okay.
Which is always exciting to watch.
And in terms of Iceland as a country, as a city, Reykjavik, for startup scene, are there any benefits that it offers to any startup?
Yeah, so I've always believed, and then this was kind of like my broad hypothesis. I believe that in order to do big things, you got to start in a small place, because number one, the fall is not that hard. You can get up quickly, and Iceland has been that place for all consumer-facing solutions, right? Because it's a European city, infrastructure is fantastic, most people carry smartphones. So if you're building anything with technology that interfaces the consumer, it's very quick to validate. And of course, the entire country is on Facebook. So you can literally ask people, would you use this? And it won't cost you a lot of money.
Facebook has 100% penetration in Iceland.
Absolutely, and again, the challenge of a small place is also the opportunity of a small place. The opportunity of a small place is you have access to anybody you want. For example, you can find a way to get in front of the president of Iceland, which is what I did to start Startup Iceland. Somehow I was able to get in front of him. I pitched him the idea. He said, no problem, I'll open this conference for you and I'll invite 50 of your guests to come to the White House, right? I was like, okay, great, that helps. And the same with CEOs, right? Established companies, we're sitting in a bank here, and it's very easy to go in front of the bank CEO and pitch your idea, and he'll give you half an hour. And that's not obvious in other places.
No.
That's very easy in Iceland, and so the early phase, the pre-seed phase is fantastic here. But of course, building companies, global companies, requires a lot more than that. But I think we don't have to solve all problems. You solve one problem, and founders find it compelling, they can do it from here.
Great. How have you seen things change, and where do you think they're going in terms of the investment landscape here?
Yeah.
Is there money available?
Yeah, I mean, contrary to a lot of beliefs, Iceland actually has plenty of money. It goes into traditional investing vehicles, right? Startups are new, but I think in the last 10 years, we have seen a number of startups that actually return money back to investors. People are actually taking notice of that, right? They're saying, hey, actually you can make money on this, so why don't we do that?
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
And usually at the early stage, it doesn't take a lot of money to start something, but it takes money after the fact, right? You build something, if it goes global, then you need to invest more money. But we're seeing that investors coming in and saying, okay, I'm willing to put down 100K, let's get started, right?
Yeah.
These people have never done anything like this before.
Yeah.
I run a small venture studio, and all my investors, most of them, are either successful founders in other traditional businesses who basically have come in and said, we think this technology thing is going to be a big thing, so let's put some money there. And some of them are old fishermen who have made money in the old industries. I also draw a distinction that entrepreneurial businesses have existed in Iceland since Iceland has existed. But startup is a new thing, right? You start somewhere small, but it has to scale globally, and it needs to solve a global problem. And that puts different constraints, different ways of looking at the world. All that is new for Iceland, right? And I say that in the 10 years, we've learned very fast. Now, just watch 10 pitches. I can say without a doubt, my venture studio, we have a thesis-based investment. Some of, at least 2 or 3 of those startups, I'm willing to talk to them more, and maybe we'll write a $25,000 check. Because that's what we do. We write the small checks, start working with the founder, and then go from there. We don't have a lot of criteria, we don't do all that stuff. And we just focus very much on the founder and the idea. If the thesis is right, then we say it's kind of like the Indian arranged marriage. I don't know if you know about that.
I
In
know
India,
about
we
it,
have
yeah.
we have arranged marriage, right?
Yeah, yeah.
There's no way to evaluate 20,000 variables to decide the right partner. You just get paired with a partner,
Yeah.
and then you learn after the fact. And then you say, okay, I just have to adapt and figure this out.
Yeah.
I think founding and pre-seed, seed investing is like that.
Yeah.
Right? You can't instrument it, but what you can do is ask some broad questions and then start working with the founder, because that's what I do. I basically spend whole day with them, just figuring things out, and then go from there.
Fantastic.
So it's been fun. I think, the more and more I think about it, I wrote a blog post a while back about doubling down on Iceland in 2015, I think.
Okay.
I think I have to revisit that and say I'm going to triple down now.
Triple down. Okay, nice
Triple
one.
down on
Love
Iceland,
it. Okay.
which is great.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.